Hey guys, for today's Vlogmas video, I thought I would do some Christmas baking with you. I am wanting to do Christmas cookies. I'm wanting to give them to friends and family for Christmas gifts because we don't want to spend a lot of money this year because I'm going to America in the new year and I tend to go overboard for Christmas. I love spoiling people. I love giving gifts. It's like my biggest joy in life is to give someone like a really thought out, lovely gift that I know they're gonna love. And I want to do that for everyone. But our budget just can't do that, you know. So I have found a creative way to gift people something. So all of our friends, some family members, obviously like really close people like my mom, Sean's mom, my sister, I'll get her something when I'm there, and my brother-in-law. But we do have lots of friends, so we do want to give them something for Christmas and just say that we love them being in our lives, and it's just like an appreciation thing. So I'm going to be trying to make some sugar biscuits. They seem like the most simple biscuits ever, but although I bake with Candace, not that great at baking by myself. I don't like following the instructions. I can cook, but like baking just needs like precision and like you have to measure everything out perfectly, and I've never been great at baking. Sean will probably tell you a story about how I ruined cheesecake, and I was literally just toss everything in a mixer and beat it, and I just screwed it up somehow. But anyway, today I'm hoping I'm gonna get it right. And then I'm gonna do a lemon royal icing, and I'm gonna like ice them nicely. I'm gonna use a piping bag. I went to go get a piping bag today, and I'm gonna ice them really nicely. I've gotten these really cool cookie cutters from H&M, and I've got other ones from Cab Foods. I will have the recipe up on my blog, and I will link that. It'll be in the top line of the description box, so you guys can go take a look at that, and you can follow it if you want to do the same thing. If you kind of want to have a less expensive Christmas, then this is probably a great way to gift people and to make them feel special. These are my ingredients. I have baking powder, I have almond essence, vanilla essence, sugar, flour, and egg, and the butter is in the fridge, so let me get that. I measured this out for another recipe, and it is 1 cup of unsalted butter, and I didn't use it, so I'm just going to warm this up and use this in the recipe. Also, don't mind this guy. It is so old, like I think it was like my grand's beater or something. Just haven't had to get a new one just because I have this one, you know, and I'm waiting for it to break and then I'll buy a new one. Rolling pin. Okay, so basically the first thing I need to do is cream the butter and sugar together. I have the butter. It's a little bit more melted than I expected, but let's hope that that doesn't make a difference. Oh, to a good start then. So, 1 cup. Where's my sugar? Oh, Candace would kill me if she saw me baking like this. That seems fine to me. It's a very healthy recipe, eh? All the sugar. I think that looks pretty good. I think that's what it's supposed to look like. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I did, just for those of you who want to know, I did home ec in high school, but I don't think I learned that much. I mean, I learned how to make lasagna and I know how to make like a couple of things. I feel like I learned more in terms of like cooking than the baking side of things. The baking was always just too much for me. So now we need to beat in the extract and an egg. An egg. Vanilla extract. Two, 3, and then the baking powder is 2 teaspoons. So I'm coming down here. I have my two mixtures. These are my wet ingredients, and then I have my dry ingredients. I'm gonna combine these in slowly while I beat this. And then when it gets too tough, I'm just gonna put it out onto the surface. So I should probably clean up here first. Let me do that quickly. Let's do this. So I've kind of worked this for a while, and I've found that I have quite tiny hands. So this is the thing that's working best. Instead of like mixing it in the bowl, and then often I'll go back to the basin, wet my hands, and then do it a little bit more. And I think that just incorporates a little bit of moisture, because the recipe does say that it's going to be crumbly. So this seems to be helping quite a bit, although it is so tough. Let me go get some more water. Okay, so I've gotten out the cookie cutters. I got these from H&M. They were 100 Rand for both of them. I've gotten these out in hopes that I can finally actually roll this out a little bit and then get some form of a cookie shape going. What? It's rolling out fine! Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Yeah! Woo! That is so exciting. Oh my flip. It is a heck load later now. I kind of stopped vlogging the process. Sorry about that. Because, so let me just quickly chat about the recipe. Look at what my top looks like. Unrelated, but so the recipe was really cool, and it did say that it would be crumbly or it would be quite wet. But mine was really crumbly, and she did say like once you add the last little bit of flour, it does feel like it's a little bit too much. So I was expecting that, but it was really hard to actually roll out. And because I was following the recipe and I was just like wetting my hands and then kind of like kneading it out, it took really long. My wrists got really sore, like my fingers are tired from like, because I kind of just did as much as I could in one hand. Because if I put it on the floured surface, then it would just get crumbly again, so it wasn't great. But then eventually I just added a little bit of water into the actual dough mixture, and that worked perfectly because it made it a little bit more wet. But wet is it's easier to work with, especially with the floured surface. You kind of just put it down, roll it out, and then use the cookie cutters. So let me just show you what the actual biscuits look like. I'm really proud of them. They taste really good. I've obviously done a taste test, and so is Sean. Sean's home now. It's like 7 o'clock already. I've been doing this for like hours, but I haven't done any icing, and I put them in for 8 minutes. 6 minutes was just too short. Maybe I made them a little bit too thick, but I'm gonna do the icing while we like watch series and chill tonight, so I'll show you guys that a little bit later, but let me show you the biscuits quickly. So this is the batch of biscuits. Some of them are a little bit more brown on the edges, but for the most part they're quite thick, so I think they're going to be great. I tasted one, Sean also tasted one, and we absolutely loved them. You can definitely I definitely think that the almond essence made a big difference. I dipped one of them in this lemon curd, and it literally was so delicious. So I'm excited to do a lemon royal icing. I think that'll be a great fit for these, and it's kind of like a very chilled flavor. It's not like in your face, so I'm excited to ice these and make them look pretty. Hi everyone, it is Wednesday morning and I'm now putting together the icing. I have been snacking on these a little bit because they're so tasty. Sorry if you can hear my washing machine in the background. It's just life. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing the icing today. because I ran out of time the other day and I was tired and I didn't feel like it. But today I'm in the Christmas spirit, so today I'm doing the icing for the cookies and I'm so excited. Also, I'm wearing some Christmassy kind of, it's not like proper red, but it's a maroon, so it's getting me very excited. Okay, let's get all the ingredients. Let's start with that. The way my icing sugar is tasting, well, royal icing, I added a lot more than 2 teaspoons of lemon just because, like I said, I'm obsessed with lemon. Tastes so lemony. I might even add some more lemon, but I don't know if that's what everyone else will like. I like it. I'm also currently watching like a little video on what royal icing should look like if I need to pipe it onto the biscuits, because I don't know like how thick it should be. Okay. Let's, I think, just put in like a tablespoon. I have no idea what I'm doing. Very squiggly line. So I piped my first biscuit and it looks horrible. But I think it's totally okay because this is literally the first biscuit that I've ever piped in my life. Also, I'm still trying to get the hang of like how much comes out and when to kind of push and when not, like I don't know. But anyway, I also haven't done any research on patterns, so I kind of just went with the pattern of the biscuit. But this is what it looks like. It looks very, very rustic, I think is probably the nicest way to say it. But I think the consistency is good, so now we get to go to the lounge and pipe these out better than this one, and watch a little bit more of The Crown. So excited. But this is my first attempt. You can laugh in the comments, it's totally okay. If this was my Christmas present from someone, I would laugh. I'd be like, what happened here? This is the dud. I get to eat this one. You know, when I was talking about the fact that I didn't need to buy a new blender because my blender wasn't broken, it was still working fine. It officially broke. Like literally I plugged it in, moved the cable around because it has to be, it's a little bit fiddly, and it just wouldn't turn on, so now I had to buy a new beater, but at least I have one. I bought this like cheapy one from Philips and I think it was like $2.99. I did see that they were like, no, $2.50, $3.50? $3.50. It was $3.50. I mean, it's a cheapie, but it's a goodie. We'll see how it works actually. I don't even know if it's good. Now I get to make my royal icing a little bit thicker because I've tried to ice a few. I've actually done a good job with what I have, but I think that the icing is just a little bit too runny, so it's not coming out very nice. It kind of separates, like the lemon and the icing sort of separate, so it's not thick enough to come through and be like a solid thick line. It kind of bleeds a little bit, which is what I didn't want. So I'm excited to have a real blender. This is so cool. Not a blender, I keep saying blender, you guys know I mean beater.
By the way, I don't know if
Okay, how cool is this? These are my two favorite biscuits. The icing is like nice and thin in the center, and it's like really simple. I love that one. And then I also really love this one. Although the icing is quite thick, I like the simple design. And then I just finished this one, which I also really like. You guys can tell that I like the very simple looking ones, but basically I've finally gotten the icing to the consistency that I need it to be, so it actually doesn't squeeze out the top. So previously it was like coming out of the bag over here, whereas now it's quite thick, so it means that I can be quite direct with where I want to put everything. Like this is when it was still quite runny. All the lines were, let me focus that, all the lines are like really thick and kind of mushed together, and there's no like definition. But with these new ones, you can see like the tiny little lines. Like this I like, but it's still quite thick and kind of like in your face, whereas if you look at the difference between these two, this one's like really thick, like the lines are thick and mushy, and that one the lines are quite defined. So I really like that. That's more of what I want. We are getting there slowly. I've got a few more to ice, like I have these ones from my tester batch. And then I will start making the ones for gifts probably, when is Christmas? 2 weeks time? Is it 2 weeks time? Because I see everyone at church, or maybe just before church. Like if people are going away, then I'll give it to them before. Where is my calendar? So it's literally in 11 days. Christmas is in 11 days. And I think that these biscuits can keep for a while. I do need to Google and see. But I'll probably start doing some baking. Oh, definitely next week, because next week is literally the week before Christmas. So I will do some more of these next week, and I will show you. Oh no, I put this biscuit on top of the other one. And I heard that the oven went off for my batch of cupcakes. I'm now making cupcakes for Sean's birthday for tomorrow. We're having people over, and I can't talk and concentrate. We're having people over for Sean's birthday. We're having a poker night. So I'm making cupcakes, and also I got him those the letters, I mean not letters, the numbers, the 27, the 2 and the 7, and I need something to put it in. So I thought I would make some cupcakes, and I have lots of this meringue kind of like icing. I thought I would put that on the top of the biscuits. So I will show you in the end. I'll insert it, like what these look like, and also the blog post will be linked in the first line of the description box, so you can go and check that out for the recipe. Yeah, I'm actually really excited about this. I will show you the nice ones. You'll see the nice photos in that blog post, but I'm so excited about this. And if you guys do use the recipe, if you're doing Christmas biscuits for people, then please let me know. Let me know if you use the recipe. Let me know if you're excited to do some Christmas bakes when you're off from work. Yeah, let me know, and let me know if you want to see more baking videos. I know this has been a kind of like up and down one, like don't know what I'm doing, but I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. And if you have, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. And I will see you guys in my next video. It's a vlog. Bye!